a trainer on Kylo, and I've been a trainer on him for about 3 months now.
Hi, I'm Gwen and I'm a trainer on Jax, and I've been working with her since February and as a trainer since April.
So Kylo was a former pet. Unfortunately, someone did take him. They thought he would make a good pet. However, skunks are wild animals. They don't make good pets. And unfortunately, he did have his scent gland surgically removed, so he was unable to be released back into the wild. So right now, when we train him, we're not worried about him trying to spray us or anything because he is unable to. I definitely wanted a small cairn. I wanted someone who has experience with a lot of training and people to, get a better understanding of what I'm, getting into. So I'm training Kylo to do an open mouth behavior. It is a little trickier with him because skunks have small mouths. I have to train him to grab onto these 2 spoons, to bite onto it, and hopefully over time he'll be able to let me open his mouth like this, and the cue will be open mouth with my fingers going like this. It's very similar to a bunch of our other open mouth behaviors with our other animals.
Seeing the second year's flying Jax really piqued my interest. I was like, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen, and I really want to work with her. Jax is one of the only birds we free fly here, which basically means when there is appropriate staff around, we can fly her. She is like totally untethered, versus we also fly her on creons, which basically is when we attach a line to her. So if she did decide that she wanted to not fly to a trainer, we would still have a hold on her. We choose basically to free fly her versus fly her on creons based on her weight, because if she's a little bit heavier, she has a fuller stomach, she can say, actually, I don't need my trainers right now. I don't really need the food that they're going to give me, and I'm going to fly away. And so when she is heavier, we would have her on creons to make sure if she decides she didn't want to keep flying with us, we would have a hold on her. The reason that we can free fly Jax without having to worry about her flying off is because she's a Harris hawk, which is pretty special species of raptors because they are one of the few social birds of prey. So she forms really close relationships with her trainers, and we can be confident that she would want to come back to us, as well as the fact that we keep her at a working weight, which means that she knows we are her sources of food, and if she were to fly away, she may not be able to find food, so she has that motivation to stay with us.
So Kylo, he doesn't have a leash or anything. We train him free roaming, so he does sometimes run off. However, he's very well trained to crate, so if we just put the crate near him, he will just go right back in. We also have a target stick that I can use to get him back on track. It has a bright yellow ball at the end, and he has bad eyesight. Most skunks have bad eyesight. That yellow ball helps him keep focused to see where he needs to go, where we're asking him to go. And every time he does something good or that we like, we train him with a clicker and signaling him that he has done something good and he will be rewarded for it. Kylo is very special to me. Skunks aren't good pets, they're wild animals. However, because I am a trainer on him, he has learned to recognize my voice. He comes to me when I call him, he'll follow me around when I walk around his enclosure, and I'm able to touch him to pick him up. And these are all behaviors that we use for emergencies, but we need to make sure that he's still used to us being able to handle him in case we do need to grab him. So I guess that is one of the best parts of working with Kylo, is being able to touch and hold a skunk that, not many other people can do that.
Some of the safety precautions we have to think about when we are flying Jax with the public around is making sure that we are aiming to have her fly in a flight path that will not have anyone in the way, so we can kind of adjust as the person who's catching her where our arm is, and that changes her flight trajectory to where we are, so we can move it up or down if the person is a little bit taller or shorter. And then as well, we get to fly her over some of these school groups that come for shows, which is really cool. And we just have to make sure that, you know, no one's putting their arms up or trying to reach for her. She could get spooked, or she could foot them, which, you know, that's the strongest part of a raptor, so we don't want anyone to get hurt by doing that. Flying jacks is just like so exhilarating. It's so much fun, you know, when you have literally a hawk flying at you, and I have the trust in her that she's not gonna like try and get me, and she has the trust in me that, you know, a hawk or any bird like flying at a person is like very unnatural. So it's very cool to develop that trust and that relationship with a hawk. And also you feel just the coolest person when you're able to like fly with your trainer and you're sending your hawk around. So it's definitely been a privilege to work with such a cool animal like Jax.